Oh, hey there. Well, it's Kevin and I are here. We've got more tillage to do. Got to get it done this week, or the weather coming is going to stop us in our tracks. We're getting more ground covered this year with the 2 inlets that we have. We added this one in particular to our lineup this spring, and we saw significant return on investment with tillage in the fall. This helps get that stover incorporated, gets it broke down, and the fertility, we get that worked in. Our triple super, our potash, get it worked in. And in the spring, our fertility is working with us. The ride quality and seed depth consistency, the return on that is at least 25%. We had a good crop over to our last farm that we harvested, but it was deceiving because the onions were bigger, but there weren't as many. So that tells you right there that we didn't work that in the fall, and that's how it ended up. 32 degrees this morning. Cold, cold, cold. They're talking snow and rain and everything that's going to stop us from getting more ground tilled. So we've got 7 acres here. Got another 4 left out in that field. And 10 acres at Arch. 6.5 at the home farm. And that'll be putting us in a really good spot. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? This is a really, really monotonous, boring job. I mean, it's kind of cool because you're taking like that and making it into that. And then next spring you have 25% more onions out there. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. 1.7 miles per hour, 11.4 feet wide. I want to away. Chex Mix? Kind of getting the spot lately. That farm's done. Well, we're getting some tillage knocked out. This is the last 30 acres that we have planned to be onions next year. This is pretty late. It's the week of Thanksgiving, and we shouldn't really be out here, but we are. Weather pattern lately has been above average temperatures and below average rainfall, so that's helping us get some extra work done this fall. Can't say this would be how it'll go every year. The more that we do this tillage and incorporate crop rotation and incorporate cover crops, the tilth of the soil is improving. There's more life to it. When we go to till it or plant into it, it just seems to bounce back sooner. A big rain doesn't affect it as much. We're removing compaction and we're getting ready for next year's onion crop. So we pulled the pump on this piece of ground last week. This does need to be pumped for this reason right here. Muck farming, you're the lowest point. Everything around this farm runs to this point, so drainage is key. We have to have our pumps to make this highly productive soil highly productive, or productive at all. You can tell what a good job this machine is doing and what a difference that the organic matter on top of the ground is doing just by walking on this strip that we don't farm. We kind of use as a driveway, so it gets, you know, more traffic. It's pretty sticky, pretty nasty. Big difference there, huh? If I were an onion, I'd grow over here. Be a pretty cool place to grow.
Is that goal regulation size or what? Jeez!
Not only does this tillage do a great job, but check out these threads. See my back? Can you see it? It has their logo on the back. It's pretty cool. If you buy 2 of them, you get 1 jacket, just so you know. Out here cruising along, enjoying this beautiful sunset at 3:40. And soon it'll be behind the trees. And in the 300 to 320 bushel range, right where that blue dot is where we are. Well, Rain and I got the chance this morning to sit in the office and look through some yield data that I uploaded last week from the combine, along with our cut sheet from the silo, looking at moisture, combine moisture reading, and yield reading. They're gonna get you pretty close. It's not gonna be perfect. The yield was saying it was higher, but the moisture wasn't being read right because of the moisture meter just not being as precisely calibrated as it could have been. Knowing that now, probably would have done a better job. Looking at that, looking at drying costs, looking at the bottom line. Bottom line on corn that we don't own the storage for, and we did the trucking ourselves, but there's still a drying cost, and 29% moisture corn in some spots. Some was 23, some 18. Lost a lot of money, and you have to dry the corn or else it will spontaneously combust, and that's not good. We, at this current market, which I don't know if we're going to sell right now, would be getting $3.30 a bushel. So the next conversation we had was, we had X amount into growing it, we had X amount into equipment improvements, breakdowns, not including labor. We didn't really break even. Is the market can get better? I hope so, but at these prices of inputs and a high yielding crop that we had, we're still looking at breaking even or being just above that mark. We don't have the acres to support a lot of what we do as far as input costs, but we have the big picture in mind with onions and the rotation factor and how much that does benefit you in the end. But solely being a corn crop, I don't think we'd be in business very long. Just a little perspective for you when you see how awesome of a job we do and what it takes to do it, and the equipment that we have and the people that we have to operate the equipment. It all comes with a cost, and there's a lot of inputs into growing a crop. In some years you can have a really good crop like we had, but the market stinks and you're gonna break even. And last year we made more money on grain, but we got less yield. We made less bushels across more acres. That's farming. Gotta love it. Well, that cuts it. It's dark, it's cold, and I don't have to work that hard this time of year. I'm going home. I'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back. Oh, there's Jeff! Finishing up the last pass on this field. Got a frosty start to the morning. It's like 24 degrees. Ground was a little hard to begin with, but we're getting some rain now. Starting to warm up just a little bit. It's mid-30s Fahrenheit. That's a wrap for 2023. Take a good look at her. It's the last time you're going to see her. Until 2024. boy, am I glad to be done. Pop's been holding the fort down, running onions for weeks, pumping them out. Kiki.
Yep.
Me and Cacklebird have been working on some logs for a FSMA inspection we got coming up. And they're running onions now. Let's check it out. Well, when you go to the store for Thanksgiving, I want you to think of us and all the hard-working men and women, everybody involved in making this produce, even the guy that puts it on the shelf. And, you know, maybe even go up to your produce manager at the store and request New York State grown onions. You could even educate them after watching this channel. Appreciate you watching this week. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.